Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Courtney Ryan, and today I'm going to be discussing 5 skills that single men should try to master. I think each thing on this list today is an incredibly beneficial skill that will help you during this period of your life when you might be single, but also if and when you enter into a romantic relationship as well. Also just want to note that these could absolutely apply to women as well, but my audience is mostly men, so that is who I'm speaking to. Let's get into it. The first life skill that single men need to master is discovering your hobbies and finding interests that you love. If you're watching this right now and you're not someone who currently has hobbies or interests or passions that you enjoy in your free time, now is the perfect time to start. I think this is such an underrated skill that everyone should have. Hobbies provide so many opportunities for self-improvement, skill development, and learning new things, which can enhance your confidence and your overall self-esteem. This can also be really great for stress relief. Engaging in hobbies can serve as a healthy outlet for stress and actually help maintain a better work-life balance, which is important to master while you're single because when you get into a relationship, this becomes much more difficult. Hobbies often involve joining communities or groups of like-minded individuals, which can offer opportunities to meet new people and make some new friends in the process. This can also be wonderful for personal fulfillment. I think pursuing a hobby can bring a sense of accomplishment and satisfaction, contributing to overall happiness and your well-being. Another often overlooked perk of having a hobby or interest or passion is that it encourages better time management skills, which can allow single men or single people to prioritize their personal interests and make the most of your free time. If you're someone who's currently a doom scroller and you spend every ounce of your free time just mindlessly scrolling on the internet, I think now would be a really wonderful time for you and for your life overall to find things that you enjoy doing in your free time that make you feel good, that bring you fulfillment, that bring you joy, that light you up, and that truly help you get the most out of your life. I think hobbies and passions and interests and just learning new skills or learning something new can really make such a wonderful difference on your life in general, also your confidence, your self-esteem, and that is so beneficial to start doing while you're single so you can take those skills into your future relationships if you have them. Just to reiterate, hobbies, interests, all of those good things are not limited to single men and can be enjoyed by people of all relationship statuses. As I mentioned earlier, I think this is also such a great way to meet new people who are like-minded or have common interests as you, not even necessarily romantically, but also just meeting new friends, which is also very important to prioritize while you're single. As much as many of us want to have a romantic relationship in our life, I think it's really important to nourish the platonic friendships in your life as well. The next skill is to prioritize self-care both physically and mentally. Get in the habit of taking care of yourself from the inside out. Learn how to cook yourself nutritious foods instead of eating out all the time. Go to the gym, make moving your body a priority. Do the inner work and heal so that your mental health is in a good spot too. Just to note, I think everyone should be doing this regardless of relationship status. But again, while you are single is a wonderful time to make all of these things a part of your routine. It will make you a better you, which ultimately will make you a better significant other later down the road. It is so easy to fall into a trap of putting taking care of yourself on the back burner as you add responsibility and other things into your life. So I think while you're single and you can really be a little bit selfish and focus on yourself is a great time to make sure that you are setting those healthy habits and prioritizing yourself so that you can continue to make these things an important part of your life, even with all the other responsibilities that life will eventually throw your way. Understanding and learning these skills on your own can be really challenging, which is why seeking support from professionals can provide valuable insights and guidance as you navigate your life or the complexities of dating. Therapy can give you tools to approach your life or dating specifically in a very different way. It sure did for me, and that's why I'm so excited to tell you about today's sponsor, BetterHelp. BetterHelp makes starting therapy easier and for many people, much less intimidating. BetterHelp lets you have therapy sessions as a phone call, video chat, or even messaging, whichever is the most comfortable version of therapy for you. BetterHelp can match you to one of over 30,000 therapists in their network based on your needs, preferences, and location, which gives you access to a wider range of expertise than may be available in your city. Click the link in the description or visit betterhelp.com/Courtney Ryan. Clicking that link helps support this channel and also gets you 10% off of your first month of BetterHelp so you can connect with a therapist and see if it helps you. To get started, you just fill out a questionnaire that will ask you questions about what challenges you're going through and what kind of therapist you'd like. You'll be matched with a therapist in most cases within 48 hours. And because finding a therapist is a little like dating, if you don't really fit with that therapist, which is a common thing with therapy, you can easily switch to a new therapist at no additional cost. So click the link down in the description or visit betterhelp.com/Courtney Ryan. The next skill here that single men need to master is emotional regulation and resilience. This one is so important and can help in navigating challenges, coping with stress, maintaining your mental well-being, and forming healthier relationships, both platonic and romantic, ultimately leading to a more fulfilling and more balanced life. There are a variety of ways to work on these skills, and this will look different for all of you, but some of the top suggestions I can give to regulate your emotions and become emotionally resilient are practicing self-awareness, developing coping strategies like mindfulness, deep breathing, maybe this is a yoga class for you, meditation, something like that, seeking support from friends or a therapist, maintaining healthy lifestyle through exercise, adequate sleep, reframing negative thoughts into more positive perspectives. As I mentioned, there are so many different ways to go about this one, and this is going to look different depending on you as an individual and what works for you and your life. So try some different things here and see what works for you. And what am I talking about when I talk about emotional regulation? Well, example here would be instead of lashing out or letting your anger react for you in, a conflict or situation, you're able to regulate your emotions and respond in a way that is healthy. Instead of being reactive, there will be a more thoughtful response. You might take a deep breath before responding. This is a sign that you're checking in with yourself and really considering your response instead of just being so reactive or defensive. Think before you speak. Calm your nervous system through a series of deep breaths. I do this and it helps me every single time. Now to the point where it's become sort of my natural response. My mom actually taught me this when I was very young, and it is one of the most helpful tools that I've carried with me into my adult life. This can also look like the ability to handle conflict or a challenging conversation with respect, responsibility, and calmness. That's a sign of emotional maturity. Now, not to say that emotionally mature or emotionally regulated or resilient people don't get upset or mad about things. That's not what I'm saying. They might just be aware that when emotions overtake being rational, sometimes this can blur our judgment and the way in which we're able to respond in a healthy way. This right here will change your life and all of your relationships for the better. Romantic, platonic, work, family, all of them. And maybe while we're all here together, hit pause on the video and take 3 very deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. And let me know if it makes you feel better, because I swear every single time I'm feeling overwhelmed, anxious, mad, sad, sort of any emotion, if I just take a few deep breaths, really sit with myself, think, or turn off my brain for a second and just breathe, it always makes me feel better. So try it out for yourself and let me know if it helps you. I would love to hear from you down in the comments. The next skill is financial management. When you're single is a great time to focus on creating financial independence and responsibility to set your future self up for success. Single men should learn to manage their finances because it enables them to achieve financial stability and build wealth for the future, reduce stress, have the freedom to pursue their goals, and be prepared for unexpected expenses or emergencies. Ton of different things this can help with. A solid financial foundation provides security and opens up opportunities for personal growth and success. My personal recommendations here for someone who has had to learn this as an adult as well is to, number 1, have a budget. Track your income and expenses on a spreadsheet. I do this and it is so helpful to be able to see everything in one place. I think having everything together and really being able to visualize it can help you see how small things add up, and also just help you be more mindful of the money that you're spending because you're tracking it. So super helpful. I do it. You should too. The next thing would be to save and invest. Set aside a % of your income for your savings and your investments. It might be a very small number when you start, but that is okay. And listen, I am not a financial professional, so I am not going to give you advice on how to invest, how to save, what you need to put them in. I know nothing about that. I have a professional that helps me, so I don't want to give you guys advice and lead you astray. So that leads me to my next point here, which is get professional help or educate yourself. This was really helpful for me as someone who was clueless on finances or how to build wealth. Having a professional who helps me with my specific needs and goals has been life-changing. Educating myself has been really helpful too. As I said, I still have a professional that helps me, and I'll probably keep it that way just because it's something that I don't necessarily want to have to learn completely or do 100% on my own. So that's definitely a route that you can go. But there are also so many wonderful free resources online just so you can get a little bit of background information. I really like Dave Ramsey. I know a lot of you don't, but I was able to pay off my student loans within, I think, 2 years of graduating college by following his advice. So it worked for me. I know it's not for everyone, but find what what works for you and your situation. These are just my top recommendations in terms of financial management. You don't know what you don't know, and it's okay to reach out for help. And I really want to reiterate that in all fronts here. Not just with money, but with therapy and things like that as well. It is okay to ask for help. We don't know what we don't know, and we certainly don't know everything. So sometimes we just have to leave it to the professionals and let someone help us. I think that is a really important skill as well that I didn't include on the list, but it's kind of a skill within a skill here. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Underrated skill. And the last thing here is effective communication, one of my all-time favorite things to talk about. If you are not new to my channel, you probably already know that. Being able to communicate your wants, your needs, feelings. Communication is attractive. It's a fundamental aspect of any healthy relationship, and it is so important to continuously work on this skill, whether you're single or in a relationship. You might be thinking, well, what does that look like, or how do I do that? I'll use the word man in the example here for the sake of who my audience is, but this absolutely applies to women as well. When a man is able to communicate effectively, he's able to express his thoughts, his feelings, and his needs in a clear and concise manner. This will help build trust and understanding and also prevent future misunderstandings and conflicts from arising. Effective communication can also demonstrate emotional intelligence, which is an important trait in a partner. When you're able to listen actively, respond thoughtfully, and express yourself clearly, you can foster deeper connections with the people in your life and create more fulfilling relationships. Again, this is not just for romantic relationships, but everything in your life. Effective communication is crucial to have a healthy, successful relationship, but it's also a desirable trait for men to have in other areas of their life as well. In the workplace, do you work well as a team? Are you a good leader? With your family, with your friends, in the bedroom? The list goes on. I always say we can't expect the people in our life to be a mind reader or to know what we're thinking or feeling or what we want all the time. And you can't hold people to these imaginary expectations that you set in your head, but don't communicate directly to them. So I think this is crucial to work on while you're single. Again, this affects every single area of your life, not just if you have a romantic partner. So if you're working on effective communication while you're single, you'll carry those skills with you into your relationships as well. And I will also say this makes dating a heck of a lot easier as well. The dates that you go on, are you listening? It makes it easier to respond to people, to have conversations, to communicate, which as humans, we do every day, all day. So to wrap that one up, effective communication is so important, and you need to make sure that you're prioritizing it. Highly desirable skill. But all right, guys, that's all I have for 5 skills that single men need to master. If you like this video or found it helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to be in the loop for when I release new content. I can think of so many more things that I could have added to this list. And of course, there are little things like learning how to fix things, learning how to change a tire, little things like that that can obviously be really helpful in your life and helpful to know. But as a woman, I didn't feel right sitting here telling you guys to learn how to change a tire or do these like manly things when I'm a woman. And it's not really my place to tell you that. And also, I can't do those things myself. So it is what it is. But anyway, these are skills that have really helped me in my life. And if I were single, I would absolutely be making sure that I'm prioritizing them as well. Honestly, in a relationship too. But again, while you're single and you can really focus on yourself more, maybe you have more free time, more alone time. I think this is a really crucial time in your life to start working on these skills so that you can be a better partner in the future too. Or single if you choose, up to you. I know everyone is different and everyone's life looks different. But regardless, I think these are really great skills to have, and they have helped me tremendously in my life and my journey, and really so much in my relationships. So if you haven't already, be sure to follow me over on Instagram at Courtney Christine Ryan. I love connecting with all of you guys over on there as well. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.